Okay, so hey guys, what's up? And we are doing our first Q&A video today, and let's just get started. The first one is from GVO underscore XV, and he says, how do you practice? Tips for beginners. Well, the thing is that, bro, I don't practice. I mean, the only practice that I have is when I legit draw. So that's the practice. And the tip for beginners is that I would say that you guys should try to use a lot of references to draw, and don't be afraid to use references. I did it all the time when I started drawing back 2 years back. So I would really tell all the beginner artists to use references and use a lot of them. Use them every time. Use a reference to draw your drawing. Once you perfect drawing from a reference, for example, I have a Goku drawing, and I perfected drawing that Goku. Then after that you go to the non-reference part, where you say, okay, now I want to draw Goku riding a bicycle. There's no reference for that. So I mean, that's the way you go. You do for a certain amount of time, 3-4 months, give yourself really good time with reference drawings, and try to perfect, to make your drawing look exactly like the reference drawing. Once you do that, you will know that when you come to non-reference drawing, your proportions will become better, and you will be a really good artist, and then you'll not need references anymore, since the proportions of the anime or anything that you're drawing is all in your mind now. So you don't need references anymore. So that's what I'll tell beginners, that try to use as many references as possible. Don't be afraid that people are going to say, oh, draw your original art or whatever. Leave that aside. What I'm telling you, I did it when I started. I used to draw from references, and once I got really good at them, then I stopped using references, and then I came to the non-reference part. So I mean, that's how everyone learns. Even the best artists in the world use references. So it's nothing to be afraid about. So let's go to the next question, and this is from Irezi. And guys and girls, if I messed up your names, I'm really sorry about that. So Irezi says that what inspired you to upload art on your YouTube channel? By the way, love your videos, keep up the amazing work, man. Thank you very much. I will do. And what inspired to upload your art on your channel? Well, the thing is that I started looking at Yair Seyson, and I think most of you know him. He's a really great artist on YouTube. I really like him. He's one of my most favorite artists on YouTube. He does a lot of awesome tutorials as well. You can go and check out his channel. I mean, he's a great artist. So I mean, looking at him, I was like, yeah, I mean, I should start my own channel as well. I mean, at the time, I used to 2 years back, I used to draw pretty decent. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm at this level, and maybe I can start a channel and draw for you guys whatever you want. So that's how I started. Basically, Yair was my inspiration to start my own YouTube channel. Okay, so the next question is from DBN Slave, and he asked, when did you start drawing? I started drawing 2 years ago, bro. And then there is Ivana Teja. He's also a very good friend of mine on Twitter, and he says, how to draw aura. Well, brother, I'm going to do a tutorial on this pretty soon. I promise I am going to do one. I'm going to do on both the kind of auras, the one that Mr. Gohan has, the normal kind of aura, and even the Super Saiyan God aura, because a lot of people really want to know how to draw the Super Saiyan God aura, because people can draw the normal aura, but they don't understand the mechanisms of how to draw the Super Saiyan God aura. So probably I'll be teaching that as well in a proper tutorial, and after watching the tutorial, it will be pretty easy for you. You can draw your own Super Saiyan God aura as well professionally. Even I learned it about a month ago, so it's not very difficult. It's really easy. And then there is a question from Ruffle My Bottoms, I guess that's what his name is. And he says that who is your favorite character to draw for Dragon Ball? Or who's your favorite character in general from Dragon Ball? Well, my favorite character to draw from Dragon Ball is Goku. If you go to my Deviantart, you'll see I have done a lot of Goku art over the 2 years that I've been drawing. And who's your favorite character in general from Dragon Ball? I have two favorite characters. It's Hit and Future Trunks. Then there is Brenny Rocket. Hey, I'm Umar Maz, your Facebook friend. Hey Umar Maz, how are you doing? And I have a question for you, which is your favorite character in Dragon Ball Z or Rainbow Super. I think I just answered that right now. It's Hit and Future Trunks, my brother. Okay, HP Fusion. He asks, what were your parents' thoughts on your art? Okay. The thing is that when I started drawing basically I come, a lot of people don't know about this, but I come from a line of artists. My grandfather was a really good artist. My father is a really good artist also, and that's how the genes were inherited into me. And here I am doing art for you. So my parents, they were really supportive of my art from when I started. They would always appreciate the way I do, and they would always motivate me to go further in what I love doing. And here I am, creating videos and taking commissions and stuff. So yeah, my parents were they were really supportive of my art. Okay, so HP Fusion has another question, and he asks, how did you get into Dragon Ball? When did you discover you were good at drawing? Well, the way I got into Dragon Ball was that it was the year 2007, and I was, I think, in grade 4 at that time. And Dragon Ball Z, which aired on Cartoon Network for the first time in South Asia, and I watched it the day it aired, the first episode, the Reddit's one. And it just it had something that really caught my eye, really caught my attention on it, and I just got crazy about it from day one. And that's how I kept watching that every day and stuff. So that's how I got into Dragon Ball. And when did you discover you were good at drawing? Well, by the grace of God, I had this talent from when I was a kid. I wasn't good. I wasn't very good at coloring though when I was a kid, but I was good at drawing. From the beginning. From as long as I can remember. But yeah, basically. But my regular art, like proper, when I took art seriously, was 2 years back. Yeah. So basically, 2015 is when I really started doing art as a whole, as a whole thing. Yeah, like I'm good at this thing and I want to do it. That's when I started. Okay, Platinum TDX. Oh, he's also a really good friend of mine on Twitter, and he asks, what or who is your favorite to draw? I think I've answered this right now a little while back. I think it's Goku. Goku is my favorite character to draw. And Fierce Gaming asks that where are you from in India? Sorry brother, I'm not from India. I'm from Pakistan, your neighboring country. Okay, the White Standard. He asks, have you ever thought about giving animation a try? Yeah, I have. The thing about animation is that you have to draw so many frames, and it takes a really certain amount of time for to draw properly. So I'm actually waiting on my drawing tablet to come. I'm gathering money to get a good one. So once that comes in, then I'll give animation a go as well, because most people don't know this, but I draw with a mouse, and it's really tough drawing with a mouse. It takes about like 6, 7, 8 hours, even up to 10 hours to draw even just one character with a mouse. Whereas when I was on paper, it used to take me only 30 minutes, an hour at most, to draw one character really at almost perfection level. So that's the difference. So it's really tough drawing with a mouse. I mean, it's tough in the way that it takes a lot of time to draw with a mouse. So once I get my drawing tablet, yeah, I'll give animation a go as well. Okay, Pokey Clutcher, he's also a really good friend of mine on Twitter, and he says, what's your favorite animated scene in Super, and would you consider working for Toei if they offered you a position? Well, my most favorite animated scene in Super is the one that Shida did. I think it is when Goku and Vegeta went for the first time to the future with Future Trunks, and they fought against Goku Black and Zamasu. It was actually Goku versus Goku Black and Future Trunks versus Zamasu, when Vegeta was all down. And that was my favorite. Everyone remembers that scene. That was really cool anime. It was really nicely animated by Shida, really professionally animated actually, all those different angles and stuff, and the action was just amazing, the animation was amazing. That is my most favorite animated scene in Super. Okay, Empire of Gaming, he asks, how long have you been drawing? Do you have any tips you can recommend for people trying to get as good as you, like style and stuff like that? Okay, I'll answer your first question. How long have you been drawing? I've been drawing since 2 years now, brother. And do you have any tips? Okay, now the thing about this is, people trying to get as good as you. I've said a lot of things about this on Twitter. If you follow me regularly on Twitter, you know that I have addressed this topic in real detail on Twitter. And I've told people, people, they always keep commenting me and messaging at me, man, I wish I could be good as you. I really appreciate that. I mean, I really appreciate you keeping me as your goal, that you want to be as good as me. I really do appreciate that. But the thing is that I would suggest you, all you people who are saying that, I would suggest you that you shouldn't keep your goal at me. You shouldn't keep your limit at me. You should be saying, yeah, I'm going to be better than you someday. I'm going to be better than AashanAnimeArt. Why are you keeping your goal so low? There are a lot of artists around on the internet you can find right now who are like 10 times, a million times better than me. So why are you keeping your goal so low? You only want to be as good as AashanAnimeArt. Why, man? You should be aiming for someone like a Nico AR on Deviantart or Yair Sensen on YouTube. That's where you should aim. You should aim higher than AashanAnimeArt. You should be saying, yeah, man, I'm not good at drawing right now, but I'm gonna surpass you soon, man. That's the way. That's the way to do it. You shouldn't keep your goal as low as me, man. Come on, like you should be high. You should be aiming higher than me. You should be going for you should be saying that you want to be better than me. So I mean, I'm not hating on you, Empire of Gaming. Sorry that this came out on you. I mean, it's not. I'm talking this as a general topic. Because a lot of people say this. It's not a bad thing to say. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I'm saying that you shouldn't keep your aim as low as me. You should be aiming higher than me. That's what your aim should be. And tips that I've already given, that you should try to draw with references. Do not be afraid of drawing from references that people are going to say, oh, you're copying stuff, and it's not your original art. You should first get better at copying stuff, and then you should go on and you remove the references and then draw without references. That's the way to move forward when you're doing art. Even the best artists in the world use references. Like, come on, man. Okay, so Rojin, he asks, who is your favorite character to draw for Dragon Ball, and who is your favorite in general? Well, I think this question has already been raised before, and but I'll answer it again anyway. Who's your favorite character to draw for Dragon Ball? It's Goku, and my favorite character in Dragon Ball in general is Hit and Future Trunks.